Are Tottenham Hotspur the most hated club in the world right now? But for those that are actually trying to be good people, trying to make themselves better human beings every day, this won't be a controversial video. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I couldn't help but talk about what's going on around the world with Tottenham. There's a lot of controversy surrounding them today. So yeah, yesterday Tottenham Hotspur posted this. Big life updates from our guys. Richarlison, congratulations, he's got a kid. Kulusevski got married. Uh, Madison was on holiday. He got married as well. But there was also a picture that featured a footballer in the name of Manor Solomon. This is a footballer that is very controversial because of his nationality, but also controversial because of some of the social media posts he's made. We'll go into that a little bit later. But I made this video today. I'm going to speak about what's been going on, try to be as informative as I can, try to be as aware as I can with this. This post itself has received 2.5 million views, but a lot of flack for it. It's been bookmarked by me for this video because their own fans have condemned this. Their own fans have been receiving death threats, hate, um, absolutely atrocities going for this. Tottenham fans have been blocked by the admin itself for social media posts condemning their stuff. And it's a lot bad. It's not looking good for Tottenham, and it's not looking good for football to the point where Tottenham have actually had to release a statement. Onto Milo Solomon, as you know, he is of Israeli heritage. He's represented the Israeli national team. Last season, he was on loan at Leeds United. He's returned to Spurs. He's rejected Leeds. He wants to get first team football. He's a player that's actually played in Ukraine for Shakhtar Donetsk before becoming a popular known figure in football. Yet, he's a footballer that has actively defended his country with propaganda messages, and that doesn't look good on Tottenham Hotspur. What makes it look even considerably bad is that their social media manager, Joel Goldman by the name, yes, social media star, like this guy handles social media for Tottenham Hotspur, openly reposted this tweet right here about the ongoing war, with this man right here talking about occupying Palestine. And it's absolutely outstandingly bad. You know, it's propaganda that people are posting. It's absolutely vile. I think what's been going on between this man, this country is absolutely disgraceful to humanity. And I think if you endorse this thing, you have no morals. You know, there is an ongoing conflict at the moment but it's down to this guy. They have, they have, buying more than they can chew. They've got obese in that rate, but they've done indestructible things since 1948 to a country that deserves a lot more recognition, that deserves a lot more defense, that deserves its people to be living happy instead of people celebrating the fact that they found some flour. Yes, yeah, that is what's going on. They've actively ruined the whole country, thinking that it's their own, and it's absolutely scandalous. It's treachery. It's evil, right? And look, I ain't fully angry or gonna blame Tottenham Hotspur and say they're this and they're that in this situation, because I feel like the Premier League, FIFA, UEFA, they are all at hand with it. You know, they're actively banning a nation for competing in international competitions. You haven't seen CSKA Moscow play in a Europa League game or a Champions League game, have you? Yet there's Maccabi Tel Aviv, Maccabi Haifa, able to play in qualifying games for the Champions League. And I find that astounding. As of now, like, this country is, to be fair, their people are currently losing lives over what's been happening with Iran retaliating. They're threatening sanctions on Iran. It's not looking good for us with moral help. And I'll say this as an Arsenal fan. An Arsenal fan is also complicit in this, and that is Keir Starmer, with him actively supporting what's going on. Um, Tottenham Hotspur have also fielded a response to this, at saying that they have wrongly blocked pro Palestine fans on X. Credit to Layla Hamid, her tweets are very good, and also shout out to Davina THFC because she's been receiving a lot of hate as well. And when you look into this, they've they talk about diversity, they talk about communities, yet they're saying it's an error of judgment to block their own fans for expressing their freedom of speech. And it's bad. It's bad on the club. You know, people have been blocked manually by the admin. There's also been football fans that I've had to call out because of what's been going on. You know, you look at my video of Julian, I called him out for the way he treated Saeed over the badge. I got a lot of stick for it, but I have to speak up about what's going on. I don't hate Tottenham more for this but I hate football more. Do you know what I mean? The Premier League, the the UEFA are so quick to talk about no to racism, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ, but they're silent on what's going on over there. And they've not done enough to criticize his nationality, to stop what's going on. And I find that really, really bad. Even stuff like this, you see, like, Tottenham are a well known, they've got communities that are of Jewish descent. But I didn't think of them to be the Z word. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think to be of their communities to be the Z word, to be what, to defend a country that is doing such Z word. You know, you look at what, now, I'm an Arsenal fan. Zinchenko, Thibaut Courtois, all of that is Z word. It's not good. It's bad behavior. It's terrible. Even with, you look at the likes of Van Dijk, Alexia Putellas, Cesc Fabregas, even involved in a working with a company who have said Z words. It's haunting that football is losing its identity about peace and freedom, and giving footballers the freedom of expressions to have like a loving heart and soul, and to build themselves and a personality. It's getting drained. And when you see stuff like this where a person who is Jewish is getting hate for this, is outstanding. You look at with a woman I've mentioned, uh, Davina THFC, getting these sort of DMs about Z word. It's absolutely harmful and heartbreaking. Yet they want to hate on the people for calling what's going on out, for the wars, for, do you get what I mean? And I don't like the country in white and blue with that star. I don't, because what they're doing is destructing morality. They're destructing what is meant to be a peace within our world. You know, they're making everything all about them, preaching victimhood, and they're just not good people. And it just makes me feel sick when you look at these sort of propagandas. Well, I do understand that there's groups from Palestine that have retaliated, that haven't helped the situation. I I think it's what else could they do? They had no option. It makes me feel sick. And even then, you look at this situation here as I go through it. I don't like to talk about this man. I don't like the fact that he's associated with a football club, and that makes me feel very guilty to be an Arsenal fan. As football is losing its moral compass, you look at the Club World Cup. Even with that, I think it's a good concept, but there was no barely any fans in the Chelsea LAFC game compared to Palmeiras, Botafogo's matches, Flamengo's matches yesterday and the other day. I want what's going on to end. I don't like what's going on even in Israel. I felt a sense of guilt. Do you know what I mean? Even though there's a lot of Z in that country with their people showing a lot of Z, showing a lot of heartlessness in towards people of Palestine, of the watermelon representation, you know. But I don't like the idea it's tit for tat for everybody. I think what these people stand for is vile and it's evil, and Tottenham Hotspur have to do better. Arsenal have to do better. The Premier League has to do better in eradicating this sort of thing. Even when you look at, I'll say this, Don Robbie of AFTV meeting up with Keir Starmer, who's openly defended this country. It makes me feel sick.